Hello, it's Monica from Crafting with Quilling Lady, and I hope you have absolutely fabulous day. In today's video, I'm going to show you step by step how to create 10 super quick Christmas cards using my card sketches designs, and you don't need any cutting dice to create those projects. And what's really good about them, they are super quick and easy, and I'm going to show you step by step how to create them with all the measurements. And as a bonus, I created a PDF with all the measurements as well and sentiments in English and Polish for Christmas season. All the links are in the description down below. Now I'm going to show you all the design papers I'm going to use. So recently I've been to Action. It is a shop with all the amazing goodies there. And when I saw those design papers, vellum stickers, I thought I need to create very quick Christmas cards. So I sat with a pencil and I drew some sketches. And I'm going to show you how to create every single card. And if you don't have those design papers, do not worry. You can use whatever is in your stash. And these cards are super easy, super quick. So if you're looking for some amazing inspiration, I really hope you will give those cards a go. And as I told you, there is a free PDF on Buy Me a Coffee website with all the sketches and measurements, and you can use them for any occasion, to be honest. And if you download the sketches or sentiments in English or Polish, please leave a comment under this video because that really means a lot to me. So as you can see with those design papers, there are lots of amazing images, some vintage style. I really wanted to go with traditional colors today, and that beautiful card pad here is absolutely amazing because some of the images are also foiled. And to be honest, I've got plenty left over after creating those 10 cards, so I might use those design papers later on as well. And with the last design pad, some of the images are also embossed, which makes them really easy to work with, but also they give you that very special effect. So as you can see, I really wanted to go with traditional colors today, and I'm going to show you step by step how to create every single card. So here is the card sketch number one. I've got 6 by 6 inches card base. Now I've got 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 gold card, and the design paper is 5.5 by 5.5 of an inch. Just to make sure everything is secured, I'm using my craft knife on mirror card, and then when I use the glue, it will be adhered forever. So that is my tip for you, and you will see that during the whole video because I'm going to repeat that process over and over again. So my first background layer is ready. Now we can create 2.5 by 5 3/4 of an inch. And then I've got 2 1/4 by 5 3/4 of an inch. And that will go in the middle of the card. So as you can see, it's going to touch the mirror card as well. And I really like that effect. And when this is ready, I had a look at my stash and I decided to use my circle cutter from Made to Surprise. But you can use your circle cutter, whichever brand you've got. I decided to use that green mirror card just to give it even more interest. And when this is ready, my blade is ready. Now I'm going to create a circle with a diameter of 4 1/4 of an inch. If you want, you can also use some circle cutting dice if you have them. I tend not to use them that often. I prefer circle cutter. But if you do have those nesting dice, you can use them as well. Now I'm going to create a circle with 4 inches of diameter, and that will be the image of Santa here. Super quick and simple. My first cut is nearly done. So, what do you think about using that circle cutter for quick cuts? And please let me know if you have one in your stash as well, because if you do have it, you can create some absolutely fabulous makes in minutes. So now this is ready. Now we can assemble everything together. I'm going to give my cut a little bit more dimension using my double-sided foam adhesive. And this is really easy to work with. So my first card took about 4 minutes to create. And as I told you, I also included free sentiments for you in Polish and English, so you can download them from Buy Me a Coffee website. And please don't forget that when you download those beautiful designs, leave a comment under this video because that really makes a difference to my channel. Now the cut is complete, super quick and simple. What do you think about it? But I decided to add some gold sparkle here at the bottom, so I've got 5 beautiful gold pearls. There is plenty of space to write your message, and the cut stands proudly on a flat surface. So let's create cut number 2. Again, I've got 6 by 6 inches cut base, then 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 gold card, and my design paper is 5.5 by 5.5 inches. Now I'm going to assemble those panels together. And when you saw the image of the cut sketch, we need to create some smaller squares. And this is really easy to do. Now I decided to use green ribbon from my stash, and I'm going to use some red liner tape to attach it. And this is my tip for you. So before you assemble the front panel at the cut base, use that red liner tape or any tape and attach that ribbon on the back. So this way it's going to have that professional look. And I do encourage you to have a look at your stash because I'm pretty sure you've got plenty of beautiful design papers and ribbons. So now it is the time to use them all. So now I'm going to use my beautiful and amazing glue. And this is a bookbinding glue. And that will make sure that I'm going to create beautiful cards. Now I've got 1 3/4 by 1 3/4 gold squares, and then I've got 1.5 by 1.5 squares that will go in the middle. As you can see, the images are really cool. Now we're going to create a bigger square, and to do it I'm also going to use some gold cut. And as you can see here, I mixed and matched the gold mirror cut with glitter cut, and I think that gives you really nice effect. So now I'm going to use that beautiful Christmas tree from the paper pad, and I'm going to create a panel measuring 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 inches. Again, I'm going to use my craft knife, and then the panel is 2 inches by 2 inches. And when this is ready, I can assemble that beautiful Christmas tree here as well. Really quick and simple. If you want, you can also add some dimension to it as well. So this cut is nearly finished. We need a sentiment and literally that's it. So now we created 2 cuts, really quick, simple and very effective. So what do you think about the cut sketch number 2? Again, it has plenty of space to write your message. It stands proudly on a flat surface. Let's create cut number 3. Now I've got cut base 6 by 6 inches. The gold card is 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 inches. I'm using my liquid glue and where I created those cut lines, and the green cut is 5.5 by 5.5 inches. Now when this is ready, we can add a different ribbon. Again, it is from my stash. I had it for about 2 years, I think, and today is the day to use it. So I do encourage you to use whatever is in your stash because I'm pretty sure you've got plenty of beautiful ribbons and design papers. And with those cut sketches, actually, you don't need the whole paper pad because very often I create smaller panels which actually stretches your beautiful designs as well. So when this is ready, I can peel off the backing. You can also use a pokey tool if you have it. Then we can assemble the back panel on the front of the card. And when this is ready, then we can create other smaller panels to create the card sketch. As you can see, I also try to clean the surface. So I've got three panels measuring 2 inches by 3.5 of an inch. Again, I'm going to use my craft knife, so all the elements will be adhered. Now I've got three panels measuring 1.75 by 3.25 of an inch. And when this is ready, we can assemble them at the front of the card. Super quick and simple and very effective. And what do you think about those reds and greens together with gold? Do you like that color combo for Christmas? Please let me know in the comments down below. I also wonder, do you have that shop in your country called Action? To be honest, I was really amazed how many Christmas products they've got. I don't go there very often, but when I saw those design papers, I thought I really need to create quick cards. So these are ready. Now we can add some images. And I decided to use some of the images from this paper pad here, and I really, really like them. It's always a good idea to add a little bit of extra glue so all the elements will be there forever. How many Christmas cards have you created this year? Please let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget that you can download my free PDF with all the measurements for the card sketches. So here it is. What do you think about card sketch number 3? Do you like it? So when this is ready, then we can move on to card sketch number 4, and it is super easy as well. I got 6 by 6 inches cut base, then the mirror cut 5.75 by 5.75 of an inch. And then my design paper again is 5.5 by 5.5 of an inch. I'm using my liquid glue. As you can see, I also go to all the cut lines here because that will make it even stronger. So now I'm going to attach it at the front of the card and we can create some other panels. Here I've got 1.5 by 5 inches, and then the design paper is 1.25 by 4.75. Really quick and simple. And what's really good about those design papers, it has that color variation with green. So we've got the light one with Christmas trees and snowflakes, and also the darker one, and all of them are gold foiled, which I absolutely love. So when these panels are ready, as you can see, first I'm going to adhere the left, the right, and then the middle, because this way you're going to have even spaces in between. So now when this is ready, we can move on to the next step. So now I need my cut mat and I'm going to use a beautiful gold card from this design paper. And I'm going to use my circle cutter, but as I told you, you can also use circle nesting dice if you have them. So I've got 3.5 diameter, which means the width of a circle. It didn't really work here, so I'm going to do it again. It is 3.5 of an inch, and then the smaller diameter will be 3.25 of an inch. And I decided to use that light color here. So it will give me a little bit of texture, but also interest. And what's really good about this, you can also use the leftover later on, and no one will ever know that you cut the circle from it. So now when this is ready, again, I'm going to use my craft knife and then I'm going to assemble the pieces together. We like to use gold mirror card for Christmas cards. Please let me know in the comments down below. So now we can assemble it at the front of the card, but I thought something is missing and I really wanted to create a winter scene here. So I'm going to attach the circle a little bit to the right hand side, I added a little bit of foam adhesive for extra dimension. And now we can add that winter scene with that absolutely fabulous snowman. It is so cute. I really, really like it. And if you still have a little bit of paper, you can also use your scissors to get the excess off. I'm going to add a little bit of glue on the sentiment and the cut is completed. Really quick and simple, right? What do you think about card sketch number 4? So now we can move on to card sketch number 5. Again, I've got 6 by 6 inches card base. Then I've got 5 and 3/4 by 5 and 3/4 gold card. And then the brown card is 5.5 by 5.5 of an inch. Super quick and simple, right? So now I've got the panel measuring 5 and 3/4 by 1 3/8 of an inch. But you can adjust the measurement to your design paper. Now I'm going to use a panel measuring half an inch, and actually I'm going to cut it to the size a little bit, like in a moment. So first I'm going to attach it and then get rid of the excess. But if you want, you can also cut it to 5 and 3/4 of an inch by half an inch. And this way I've got that gold card, which is with glitter. I really, really like it. So now I can assemble it at the front of the card and we can create a circle that will look like a snow globe later on. So again, I've got my cutting mat ready. I'm going to use gold mirror cut as well, and I'm going to create a circle with 4 and 3/4 of an inch diameter. Really quick and simple. And as you can see, my circle is ready. I'm going to cut it a little bit. And if you make a mistake, do not worry. You can always actually add something on top. I'm going to use those gnomes here. I think they are super cute. And I'm going to create a circle. Again, using my circle cutter with a diameter 4.5 of an inch. And what's really good about those circle cutter, you can actually create circles with any size, which I think is really cool. So now when this is ready, I'm going to assemble them really quickly, again using my liquid glue. Sometimes when you use liquid glue, you have to wait a little bit to make sure it is set before you move on to the next step. However, with those quick cut sketches, you don't have to wait. You can create all those elements very quickly. And then I've got the sentiment that will go at the bottom. So as you can see, this design paper, I mean the green one with gold Christmas trees, actually looks like a ribbon, which I really like. So now when this is ready, I'm going to add a little bit of sparkle at the bottom and the card is complete. So what do you think about the card sketch number 5? Do you like it? Please let me know in the comments down below. Now it is time to create the next card. Again, I've got 6 by 6 inches card base, 5 and 3/4 by 5 and 3/4 gold mirror card, and then the brown card is 5.5 by 5.5 of an inch. You know the drill by now, how to create those layers, because every single card today is going to have that 6 inches card base and then those two squares. Now I've got those two panels, so it is 5 and 3/4 by 2 inches, the gold mirror card, and the green one is 5 and 3/4 by 1 3/4 of an inch. So when this is ready, then I can create two other rectangles. And the first one is 2.5 by 3.5, and the green one is 2 1/4 by 3 1/4 of an inch. I'm going to assemble them together and adhere them on the card. And at this point, I thought something is missing, even together with those gold elements on the design papers. I'm going to show you how you can add even more interest to the card. But before I do it, I need to assemble it on the card base. I'm going to ask my question again. How many Christmas cards have you created this year? Please let me know in the comments down below. I created quite a lot and I still have lots of ideas, so stay tuned for more videos coming your way very soon. Here I've got those two stickers from the pad and a sentiment as well with a little bit of double-sided foam adhesive. And now it is time for a little bit of sparkle on the left and on the right, and the cut is completed. Very quick and simple. So now it is time for cut number 7. This time I'm going to use some red cut. So the actually red mirror cut is 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 of an inch. And then the design paper is 5.5 by 5.5 of an inch. So as you can see, I'm using the same red and green design papers on every single card. And I think they actually work very well together. Now I've got panels measuring 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 of an inch, and the green designs are 2 inches by 2 inches. As you can see, I've got the darker and lighter colors here. And then I'm going to put them on the card. I really want to make sure that I've got even space between all those elements and actually from the top, bottom, left and right. So you can play with the designs, especially when you use liquid glue, because you will have time to maneuver the elements, which I think is really, really cool. So when those squares are ready, I decided to add a circle as well in the middle for extra interest. So this is ready. Now we need the cutting mat to create the circles. So let's put it away. And this time I'm using red mirror cut and the diameter is 4 inches. So that means the width of circle. And then from the paper pad, you can see here, I decided to use that hot chocolate cup. I really, really like it. So I thought that will be a good idea for this card. So the diameter is 3 3/4 of an inch. Super quick and easy. Now we can assemble them together and add a sentiment. Often do you use card sketches for your projects? Please let me know in the comments down below. And I would really like to know if you'd like more videos like this in the future. Please let me know, because this took me quite a lot of time, to be honest, to create this video with all the card sketches, but I really want to help you with quick makes and amazing inspiration. Now I've got the sentiment with double-sided foam adhesive. I'm going to place it at the bottom and the cut is completed. Super quick and simple. So please tell me, what do you think about cut sketch number 7? So now it is time for cut number 8. This time I played with beautiful greens and golds. So the green mirror cut is 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 of an inch, and the design paper is 5.5 by 5.5 of an inch. So this time we're going to need a ruler and a pencil and a trimmer as well. And actually, I linked the trimmer in the description down below so you can get it. Now I've got panel measuring 5 by 4 inches, and I will need to make a mark at 1 inch and 3 inches on the sides. And I'm going to use my trimmer to actually cut it. And I'm going to show you how to do it. So when this is ready, I'm going to take my trimmer and actually put it where I created that 1 inch and 3 inches marks. I'm going to create the cut line, and that design will be ready to go on the card. So if you have smaller pieces of beautiful design papers, that is the way to go. Now I'm going to use a scrap that I've got, which is 3/4 by 6 inches, and I'm going to use my pencil to make marks and then cut it using my trimmer. So that is the best way if you want to create some diagonal shapes on your project. Again, I'm going to use my trimmer and then create those card lines really quick and simple. So if you'd like to create this card, that would be absolutely amazing. So now I can start assembling all the elements here. Again, using my liquid glue because I will have time to maneuver the elements, which I think is really cool. So now I can adhere that element in the middle and we can move on to the next step. So as you can see, I've got quite a lot of shapes. Now I've got 2.5 by 4 3/4 of an inch green mirror cut, and the design paper is 2 1/4 by 4.5 of an inch. And don't forget that on Buy Me a Coffee website, I left the beautiful PDF with all the measurements for every single element. Now I'm going to create a circle again using green mirror card. So it is 3 1/4 of an inch. And when this is ready, then I can create beautiful element using gnomes again. I really like them. And as you can see, this one is also embossed as well. So I'm going to put it here, and the diameter is 3 inches. Really quick and simple. And when this is ready, we can assemble the elements together. Have you ever created Christmas cards with gnomes? Please let me know in the comments down below. I know that Katarina absolutely loves gnomes, and I really hope she will like my projects today. So when this is ready, we can put it on the card, and what's missing here is, you probably know, a sentiment. As you saw, in this video, every single card has a sentiment in Polish, but you can also get the sentiment in English as well from Buy Me a Coffee website for free. The sentiment goes here, and what's really missing here are the 3 pearls, gold pearls on the side, and the card is completed. Please let me know, what do you think about card sketch number 8? There is plenty of space to write your message, and we can move on to card sketch number 9. Again, I've got 6 by 6 inches card base. Then the gold card is 5 3/4 by 5 3/4, and the red card is 5.5 by 5.5 of an inch. When this is ready, I can assemble it at the front of the card. I'm going to create 4 rectangles, and these measure 4 inches by 1 inch. And the design paper is 3 3/4 by 3/4 of an inch. And I use those beautiful designs with Christmas trees. So if you create those panels, make sure you actually cut the paper the way you want, because some of them go horizontal and some vertical. And this is really cool. I really like this card. To be honest, when I was designing those sketches, that put a big smile on my face. And I wonder, do you like to do the same, to sit with a sketchbook and create some card sketches? Please let me know in the comments down below. Because very often when I work on different fancy folds, I like to measure everything before I create a project. And I very often create like the template as well. So when this is ready, now I can create a circle that will go in the middle of the card. I've got the red mirror card, and the diameter is 3.5 of an inch. Very quick, simple. But to be honest, that mirror card adds so much beautiness to the whole project. And from that paper pad, I'm going to use the lighter color again and form that beautiful circle, and then you can add whatever you want in the middle. So this time the diameter is 3 1/4 of an inch, and again I can use that square for later project as a background. And I can add some images on top so no one will ever know that I cut the circle inside. So now when this is ready, I can assemble it on the card and add some other elements as well. Really quick and simple. And to be honest, I absolutely love that scene with the gingerbread house. I actually cut it to the size a little bit, I'm going to add some glue. And I also added that candy cane on the right hand side as well. It actually has some sparkle as well, which I think is really cool. And that was not the effect I was going for a snow globe, but when I look at it now, it really looks like a snow globe. Now it is the time for a sentiment. And the cut is completed. Very quick, simple, and very effective as well. Right? So please let me know what do you think about cat sketch number 9. And now it will be time for the last card today. Cat sketch number 10. Card base is 6 by 6 inches. The gold mirror cut is 5 and 3/4 by 5 and 3/4 of an inch. The green design paper is 5.5 by 5.5 of an inch. Now it is time to assemble them and we can create some smaller panels. So I use the leftover with gold mirror cut and the glitter cut. So I've got 7 panels measuring 1.5 by 1.5 of an inch. And the design papers are 1 1/4 by 1 1/4 of an inch. So I'm going to use the darker green, red, and lighter green. And I'm going to use a variation of them here for extra effect. And as I told you, you can use whatever is in your stash because I'm pretty sure you've got plenty of beautiful design papers and cardstock to create very beautiful and quick makes, like in this video, using my free card sketches for Christmas. So when these are ready, we can start putting them on a card. I really wanted to make sure they are evenly spaced. And to be honest, with liquid glue, it is pretty easy to do. And when this is ready, then I thought something is missing on the right hand side. So I'm going to create a rectangle. And that will be the length of the 2 squares you can see on the side. I think that will give us a really nice effect. So now it will be time for a rectangle. So it is 3 1/4 by 1 1/4 was it? And then the design paper is, no, it was 3 1/4 by 1.5 of an inch. And the green design paper is 3 inches by 1 1/4 of an inch. And then a sentiment and the cut is completed. So now you have it, all the quick Christmas cards within minutes. And there is plenty of space to write your message in every single one. So now you can see all the cards again. And please let me know which one is your favorite. And I really, really hope that I inspired you to create your own Christmas cards in minutes. Quick makes with beautiful design papers. Please let me know which card sketch is your favorite and don't forget to download my free PDF with the images of card sketches with measurements and sentiments in English and Polish and leave a comment under the video. Have a wonderful day and thank you so much for watching until the very end of this video. That really means a lot to me. Thank you so much for watching and spending that time with me. Have a wonderful day and hope to see you in my next video. Happy crafting!